Here we go again with another Lord of the Mysteries farming content without even watching Lord of the Mysteries. Man, we are in the preseason, the off season before it happens, but I will cover everything that I possibly can that doesn't get me spoiled and build up hype, leading into summer. This is a video from Mr. Anime Wiz, how Lord of Mysteries will revolutionize anime forever. Whoa, forever.
Lord of the Mysteries is finally getting an anime, but what impact is this going to have on the larger industry? Lord of the Mysteries is one of maybe the most well-known web novel out there, and the announcement regarding its anime adaptation has generated significant buzz, sparking a lot of discussion.
I guess I'm just living such under the rock that, like, it's one of the most well-known web novels out there, but like I've never heard of it. But then again, I don't read web novels, so how the fuck would I have been? It's like, you know, it's not gonna be so big that, like, even if you don't play basketball, you kind of know about LeBron James, right? But honestly, Lord of the Mysteries has been constantly mentioned to me, even like 2 years back. I remember when I first started streaming, and so many people were coming into my stream begging and being annoying. Yo, you gotta react to this Lord of the Mysteries trailer, man. And I was like, please shut up. I got so frustrated. Like, everybody kept spamming that shit, and I'm like, this is so annoying. What is this show even about? And now that we're kind of leading into it, I'm like, okay, all right, maybe it is that good.
About the future of anime. Lord of the Mysteries has a unique blend of mystery, psychological thriller, and the supernatural elements. And while Lord of the Mysteries has a massive fan base, its largest and most dedicated readership comes from China, meaning the series has a massive potential for growth and influence for international audiences. Lord of the Mysteries has
Does it? Something that is huge in China somehow means that it'll have great, I don't know, like, response from the international audience. I'm not sure if that really goes hand to hand, but if there is domestic support for this show and a lot of people are making noise for it, I don't know, it just feels like China and the rest of the world is so, like, isolated. Like, it's hard to, like, know what the culture is there, what they're enjoying, and if something is popping off over there, does it spill over to the international audience? I'm not sure, but I would love, you know, this show to do well and get that international reception that it deserves, because, like, this is going to be very interesting, and I hope that it will meet the bar of expectations, because the bar has been raised really high due to people just nonstop glazing this, saying this is the best thing ever. Constant, you know, remarks of like, yo, 30,000 frames per episode. You know, it's kind of bullshit, but there has been a lot of noise being made, and I want it to do well. Like, God forbid that it turns into a debate situation, which I don't think it will. It can't. Because the production value already seems like it's already solid. China is going to go all out to deliver this. The only thing missing right now is the marketing, right? And I think that the fact that they've been doing these trailers for years leading up to summer 2025 is already, like, great signs of great marketing. But, like, it sounds like the product is polished. All it needs is, like, Giga needs to make a video about it, you know? Like, Giga needs to make a video. Like, someone huge needs to, like, make this content be very appealing to the international, because I think a lot of people that is going into summer 2025 don't even know about Lord of Mysteries. Maybe this is a crazy assumption, but, like, most people didn't even know what the fuck 2B Hero X was, right? It was relatively low key. There were some hype trailers, and if you kind of go on Twitter, there is some noise being made about it, but because of how it's not like a traditional Japanese anime, and it's come from China, even if it has Japanese voice, you know, acting and stuff like that, it does feel like the reach is a bit limited. I just hope, again, that Lord of Mysteries gets the exposure and the distribution, and the target audience is there.
Potential for growth and influence for international audiences. Lord of the Mysteries has extraordinarily well done world building, which makes the world and its history feel so large and so complex that you truly get the feeling that even the main character, Klein, is a small cog in a giant machine.
That is actually really hype. And that's how I feel when watching ReZero, right? Or even Mushoku Tensei. When you are looking at things from the perspective of the main character's lens, but there's so many different things going on, other characters seems to matter. A lot of these isekai and fantasy shows, like, the side supporting characters literally do not matter. They're static characters, meaning they have no development or growth. They kind of exist as just fan service, or just like NPC number one that serves as, you know, like some sort of, like, plot relevance in this arc, and then we move on. But what I really loved about ReZero Mushoku Tensei is how each region, each character, there's so much expansive lore and history to the point that like anyone could be the main character if we kind of see from their lens. So Lord of Mysteries already seems like it's kind of that kind of story where the more that you look into it, the more different regions, different groups, factions, characters, right? They all have their own motivations and goals, and it feels like the world is dynamic. It's moving rather than main character gets a harem and power fantasy and wow, and it's kind of fun to watch here and there, but it kind of, gets boring.
Complex, three-dimensional characters beyond just the MC. All of the main cast of Lord of the Mysteries feel like they're completely fleshed out and have their own unique desires and goals. However, as a consequence of this, there are unique challenges and opportunities presented by adapting this visually and thematically complex web novel. However, if done right, this anime has a huge potential for opening the eyes and introducing a lot of anime watchers to not only Lord of the Mysteries, but web novels as a whole.
It's kind of funny how, like, this is a Chinese series, yet it's wide as fuck. You know what I mean? And I think that this is very good if the goal is to hit the international audience. Because if you had a Chinese series that was like cultivation, manhwa shit, cultivation, martial arts, some East Asian culture, that kind of setting, I don't think it would have that kind of appeal. The fact that the whole like character climb already, like this some fucking British shit, right? Oi, bruv, fucking beans and tuna, isn't it? I think that, like, memes aside, the setting of how it is already kind of like different from the standard isekai anime. Like, we're not in like the regular isekai, right? It's always like this, like, then again, a lot of the isekais are in that like medieval European setting. But what I'm trying to say is these characters, the environments, the setting, it is different from the traditional like high school romance setting in like Japanese animes, right? Or any of the other millions of different generic animes that people are bored of. But like it's a refreshing introduction to this series, and maybe a lot of people will check it out because they're like, whoa, a lot of people straight up will not like. There's like a group of people that won't watch anime because it looks too anime. And what I'm trying to say is these groups will only watch anime like Berserk, Vinland Saga. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what should we call them, the gaijins or something, but like there's definitely a group of people that only care about anime in like that kind of different setting that is not anime, and I feel like this again kind of hits that audience.
Web novels as a whole, as web novels are the last part of this giant pipeline that starts at anime, meaning the viewership of anime is something approximating 2 orders of magnitude greater than the readership of web novels.
Okay.
Season 1 of Lord of the Mysteries is supposed to animate Volume 1 of the novel, and if you've read Lord of the Mysteries, you know the ending of Volume 1 leaves you with infinitely many questions.
Plot
on a small
twists.
side note, I'm currently on chapter 320. If you're interested in my progress, consider subscribing as I live stream my read-throughs and we talk about it. With the predicted success of Lord of the Mysteries anime, it can lead to a huge surge of adaptations of web novels, which of course is already kind of vaguely happening with the Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint slated to have an anime in what I assume is going to be 2026.
God forbid that it gets the Tibet treatment, because I think we're about to get Tibet right now.
No, I'm not going to mention the beginning after the end. We pretend that anime.
You made all of us cry, you selfish bastard. Who's the selfish bastard right now? Is he calling out the author? Wait. What is this remark aimed at?
But in what I assume is going to be 2026. No, I'm not going to mention the beginning after the end. We pretend that anime doesn't exist, okay? And my feeling is that Lord of the Mysteries.
I am actually enjoying Tibet though. Unironically, it's getting hype. Straight up. It's garbage, I know. But there's something really funny in watching a garbage anime with the story that honestly is really good, and the overall direction. There's a lot of things missing, but it is an enjoyable it's an enjoyable series to watch every Wednesday for me, at least, and I want to see more.
Mysteries will end up with some of the most die-hard fans because it has a power system that is extraordinarily well thought out and way too complex for me to understand at only 300 chapters in. It reminds
unique power system, so like this ain't just like NEN or like Ki or Mana. It's not this like shonen Unga Bunga stuff. There's something beyond it. Like recently, To Be Hero X's power system has been very interesting though, huh? the whole concept of heroes getting powers based off of this trust value metric, which is quantifiable by numbers, but also the fans' perception of their persona, also, you know, kind of like shaping that power. But what's Lord of Mysteries all about?
Standard only 300 chapters in. It reminds me a lot of how NEN in Hunter x Hunter is done. And you know how people rave about how well thought out and complex NEN is. Well,
I don't know. I haven't fucking seen it. A lot of people glaze it, but why is NEN so special? I don't know.
Beyonders throw NEN out the window, okay? They eat...
Beyonders. Oh, okay. Lord of Mysteries Lord of Mystery power system puts Hunter x Hunter to shame. Should be the title of this video.
Their lunch. This is so unbelievably complicated. There's something like 220 potions or something from what I understand.
What?
This is crazy. And if Lord of the Mysteries and Omniscient Reader's viewpoint...
That's a lot of potions. I guess you drink potions to get powers or some shit. You're like alchemists and stuff. Beyonders, okay.
Succeed, as I foresee them doing, it will lead to a lot of doors opening for amazing web novels to receive well-done animations. No, not you, T-Bait. Your story...
Look how they massacred my boy. Yeah, I think that I mean, I don't know. Web novels are basically... ReZero also is kind of like a web novel, right? There's a web novel version, and then it got turned into like a light novel, and then anime, right? So this not only like I think Lord of Mysteries, even like Solo Leveling doing well. I thought that hopefully, you know, it'd open up the floodgates for a lot of Korean webtoon series to do well, like manhwa series. But Lord of Mysteries doing well, I hope again, like opens up a floodgate of like a new generation, a new era of, you know, content that is to come from not just Japan, but like China as well.
Ends here, okay? It's done. You're done. Bye-bye. I also believe this anime can lead to collaborations between international studios and creators, leading to a global exchange of talent and anime becoming less hyper-centralized in Japan.
Yes. I mean, fun fact, Tibet actually does, you know, outsource all their 2D shit to Chinese studios because Studio 8Cat, the Japanese studio, is a 3D CGI workshop. That's it. So I don't think collaboration, you know, internationally, like it's already happening, but yeah, like for example, you know this website though, right? AniChart, right? And we know how we can click onto these, you know, animes and check out, oh, what's the studio, David Production, and you know, who's the director doing it, and it's like, oh, this guy's doing it, but they're all Japanese, right? Like I wanted something for like link click. Like if I did link click AniChart, does it exist? It does. Cool, cool, cool. Because this is the same thing that was done by Studio LAN, and you see Billy over here as well, and the director. Oh, cool. Okay. So website already incorporated. Interesting. Oh, what the hell? 2B Hero X is also here. I just didn't see it in the spring 2025 lineup. That's kind of crazy. It was just like formats called Ona Chinese. Got it. Anyways, it is cool to see again, like more the GOAT, bro, Howling League GOAT. It's nice to see collaborations, you know, not just in Japan, but so many different people, like, and also getting Japanese voice acting with the Chinese director, with sound, you know, soundtrack composer Hiroki Sano and stuff like that. What if I do this? Lord of Mysteries AniChart. Does it exist? Kind of. Ona not released. This one right here. Guimi Jitsu, 10th most popular in 2025, huh? We got this guy. This is the GOAT. This is the creator of it, right? Cuttlefish that loves diving. What a name, bro. And anyways, I'm getting off topic right now. The studio is a BC Made Pictures as well. And they have done no clue, but they have made, you know, these are the cultivation animes that I'm talking about, right? Like if again, I just don't think like stories like this will be that wide appealing to the international audience. But because of the nature of Lord of Mysteries, you know, being in this like British, like European setting, I think that a lot of people might even check it out.
Creators, leading to a global exchange of talent and anime becoming less hyper-centralized in Japan. In short, I believe Lord of the Mysteries anime can and likely will have a huge impact on both anime and web novel industries. If you're interested in Lord of the Mysteries and other anime, manga, and web novels, consider subscribing and joining my Discord below. I stream my read-throughs for Lord of the Mysteries twice a day, and I'm having an absolute blast. Feel free to check out past streams on the channel for a hoot. Thank you so much for watching and making it all the way to the end somehow.
That's pretty much it. I enjoyed the Tibet slander. The Tibet slander was very fun. He seems very frustrated and upset at what's going on. Let's read some of the comments. The only thing that scares me, Lord of Mysteries gets popular, is those guys who can't shut up about spoilers. That is gonna happen no matter what. There's nothing you can do about this. Spoilers are always gonna happen. Crazy how you already praised this novel while only being at chapter 320, which is only volume 2. Oh, only chapter 320. Only chapter 320. Then again, the chapters could be really short. Who knows, man? Complex as it seems, when you reach the end game, they're talking about the power system. I'm really excited for it. Blah, blah, blah. Lord of Mysteries will break the internet with the animation and storyline. Usually I like Japanese dub. For Lord of Mysteries, I'll watch a Chinese donghua for the first time. There is Japanese voice acting coming in for Lord of Mysteries though, right? I'm probably going to stick with that just because, you know, most anime people, they enjoy that stuff. I personally don't even like the novel that much, but I'll still praise it because it's just so amazing. Praise the fool, the inside joke. Yeah. Praise the fool. Actually, it's a donghua. Blah, blah, blah. And that's pretty much it. What did we learn from this? That the world building and the characters are very expansive and very deep. Like that ReZero shit. The stuff that I love. Something that I really care about in a story is how much I can get immersed into a story. And when the world building is there, I get so immersed. That's why Mushoku Tensei and ReZero is so compelling to read or watch, because it's not just, you know, static characters in like some random region that you don't care about. There's like history, there's rich culture and lore and deeper meaning, and other characters have their own goals, and it feels like the world is constantly moving. It doesn't feel like the main character is the only one doing things, but in behind the scenes, right, other pieces are moving, which is always so fun to see. And the power system, right? Apparently it puts Hunter x Hunter to shame, so I will make this title: Lord of Mysteries power system puts Hunter x Hunter NEN to shame and clickbait people. Please check out the Anime Wiz. Here's a link to the video. Go give it a like if you did. And check out their channel for more Lord of Mysteries content if you want. And I'll see you next time.